Hello there, everyone, and welcome to Helpful Goat Presents Night Hag as we kick off this year, 2020's scary streams. That's what 2020 needed. More scary things. I'm Galway Trainer, one of the founders of Helpful Goat Gaming, a small independent game design and game content creation community. And as the air gets chillier, as the nights get longer, we are going into some of our favorite time of year around Halloween, where we try to produce some bonus content with screams and chills and all of those good things. And tonight I am fortunate enough to be GMing a game of Grant Howitt and Christopher Taylor's Night Hag. And of course, I would not attempt this alone, besides the voices that constantly follow me, pushing on the veil. Pushing on the veil. I am joined by the people that you can see in the videos around me. Okay, I'm not going to do the videos because I think it's like reversed 3 times between the various feeds. Off to one side of me, there is Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, and one of the other founders. Andy, you want to introduce us to yourself and your characters?
Hi. My name is Andrew Gilbert. I go by he, him, his. I'm playing a character named Sean Graham, who also goes by he, him, his. And Sean is like mid-30s, starting to like rock a dad bod. He's pretty clean shaven, and it looks just like a super normal dude. Yeah, that's mostly he's forgettable for the most part. He's normal ass white dude. Just you couldn't pick him out of a lineup kind of thing.
On the other side of me, sporting some amazing Halloween makeup, who will also be DMing a game later in October. We have Rachel, who is, I think that's a threat display, so I'm going to hide while she introduces herself.
Yeah, no, Rachel put in contacts and made it look like she hasn't slept and is also feeling fine. It's great. I'm Rachel. My pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Amber Steele.
Ooh.
I'm an actress whose pronouns are also she, her.
Very nice.
And yeah, I'm DMing Cirque du So Scary, in 3 weeks because I came up with the dumbest fucking name for it. Also with Matt, who is Ludicrous there. He helped out. But yep, Cirque du So Scary, my
Nice.
amazing carnival one-shot.
Awesome. I'm very excited to be able to get to play again with Tyler, who I got to play with previously on Tier the Raging Storm, and who you may recognize from exploits as Kelvy Bugman from Spire.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tyler, he, him, and I will be playing Teddy Day. His friends call him Ted, also he, him. He is thin as a stick. He's got a tweed jacket with a bunch of little suns, with a tie with a bunch of little suns on it, because he's trying to keep awake, and wearing mismatched shoes because it's just 3 days no sleep. It's sad.
And last but not least, wearing the witchiest of hats, Lena.
Hi, I'm Lena, she, her, hers. I'm playing Jennifer Jingleheimer Schmidt. Also she, her, hers. She's a local business owner. She's a bar owner. She's in her 40s. She's really fucking perky. She kind of looks like, think like Anna Paquin a la Sookie Stackhouse, except aged 20 years, and kind of the same personality, except like with a lot of edge underneath that, and not as much like, vampires and stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. We here, like I said, are Helpful Goat Gaming. If you would be interested in getting to hang out with us more, chat with us, do some internal streaming, just get to talk about the world in general, have a sort of space that you can be into. You can join us here on Twitch at Helpful Goat. You can check out our YouTube archive. You can just look for Helpful Goat Gaming. You can follow us on Twitter at Helpful Goat. And probably one of the biggest ways we interact is you can also use the ! Discord command in chat. And that'll get you a link to join our Discord where you can hang out, talk with us, get lots of wonderful support. We are really, really fortunate to have a really wonderful community of people that honestly have been a huge part of how I've been getting through the horror that is 2020. So I strongly encourage you to come in, check it out, take a look. We're super welcoming. We also, like I said, do some internal content there. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I did a stream of Baldur's Gate 3 early access in there. That was a lot of fun. Thoroughly critiqued the fashions of that game in a good way. But yeah, so you can go ahead and join us in there. As I mentioned, this month we will be running a series of content around Halloween, scary stories, spooky, all of that. This week I'm running this one shot, and then I believe next week I'll be running, we're still finalizing a couple of details, but a goat's eye view around telling scary stories in role-playing games and ways you can do that and make it safe, make it fun, but also make it really, really scary. And then we have Heather. And then Rachel, you're going last, right? Cirque du So Scary is last. Yeah. So then we have Heather the week after that, who will be running another Grant Howitt one shot, and then we have Cirque du So Scary to close out our series of one shots. And all of this is, of course, in addition to our normal Friday streams of our long form campaigns, Tier Moon Trial and Goats and Dragons: The Fates of Rin, which is coming up this Friday.
Of which I'll also be on too many of those as well.
Which you'll also be on basically all of those. You're going to be seeing a lot of Rachel. It's very good. That eye makeup combined with that gesture is a lot.
There's a lot.
You're welcome.
Can we talk real quick about what's going on behind Galway? It just looks like you tried to build a wooden golem and then smashed it out of anger or something.
So Calcifer, Mike, so we just moved recently, as some of you have been who follow us may know, and because we moved from a condo, which was a nice condo, but a condo, to a larger house, we've been introducing the cats to the house sort of slowly. So they're generally in our two offices, one cat in each. Calcifer, the one in my office, really likes scratching posts, and he has a whole series of little ramp cardboard scratching posts. He both likes to scratch them, as cats do, and also to flip them like an outraged gambler at a table. So that explains that. I'm sure he will make an appearance. Yeah. That's concerning. He's not in his box. Okay, it's fine.
That's concerning.
I think he's probably just asleep in the closet. But I actually considered hanging up some Halloween decorations to make the room a little bit more festive. And then I realized that most of the Halloween decorations we had are sort of long flowing strips of fabric. And I'm like, that will last 5 minutes of stream. And then someone in chat will be like, Galway, your cat is destroying shit behind you. I will only know this because Chelsea will be just like enjoying seeing Calcifer. And I'll be like, that's a lot of reaction. But yeah, join us in the Discord. Join us this month for Scary Stories. Join us this month and every month for our long form campaigns. And sorry, Matt in the chat. Oh God, he's loose. Yes, you were right. And I think with that, we can get started. So we are playing tonight, like I said, a one-page RPG by Grant Howitt and Christopher Taylor called Night Hag. It is essentially about a story of a creature that is related to sleep paralysis, and even the phrase Night Hag is a known reference to sleep paralysis historically.
Maybe there's real night hags.
So our story is going to begin, but first, before we do too much more, the setting for this world where these characters you're going to meet them is the city of Pratukea, nestled in the Dalvernal jungle. It's a beautiful, lush city where the jungle sort of intrudes into the city in certain ways. The medians on the roads, for example, have palm trees, which occasionally will have monkeys or other wildlife skittering through them. It's a big, bustling city. You've got a port, you've got an airport, a very prominent university. They have a baseball team and a soccer team. And it's a very normal, sort of modern city. So again, I said this to the players and after I'm like, think Archer technology levels. It's modern, it's close to contemporary, but it's not exactly positive where we are with it. You have computers, you have the internet. You probably don't have social media. And it's a perfectly normal world. There is nothing supernatural. There's nothing especially dangerous. You spend most of your time working, enjoying life, spending time with your friends, or at least, and so you were just one of those people who went through life with the normal cares, but that was it. And let's start with Ted. You were working on a project in your department. You have sort of a paper that you're trying to get out. You were collaborating with a couple of your colleagues so that there was just a lot of running around, getting stuff back and forth, and it's tiring, but it's going to be really, really worth it. You're looking forward to it. You're really excited about the potential outcome of this. And some of your friends had even been kind of pestering you about going out. They haven't seen you in a while. They were mentioning that there's sort of a weekend event coming up at a local comedy club called the Chuckle Hut of all night, just like improv, all night stand up, going straight through the night. And they're like, come on out. You know, you've got weird hours, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no, look, I just got it sent off. I'm tired as hell. I'm going to go to home. So you go home, maybe grab some food. And where's home for you? An apartment, a townhouse, a house?
It's a townhouse, yeah.
Nice.
Small but serviceable.
It's super convenient to getting to work to the university. You can actually like walk if you want to take some time. You can bike. The bus lines go through there, so that's all really nice. You go in. You get home, like I said, you eat some food, you lay down, and you sort of are thinking about the paper and all of that, the work that you've been doing and what this is all going to be. And before you know it, your eyes are closed and you're asleep. And then your eyes are open. You don't remember opening them. You don't remember waking up or what would have woken you up. What would you like to do?
I am going to the kitchen for a hopeful past midnight snack. Try and help me get back to sleep.
You're like, okay, working too hard. You go to swing your legs over the edge of the bed and nothing happens. You just don't move. You sort of try to move your arms. You try to blink and can't. And so you're sitting, staring up at your ceiling. And you sort of roll your eyes down. And sitting on you, you see sort of a hunched up ball. Just of sort of brownish, blackish fur. And then you hear the noise. What'd you like to do?
Boy, oh boy. Scream, for one. Do my vocal cords work?
You sort of... You... Not even like... You're not like, oh, I'm going to try to scream about this. You just see this and you go to scream. And all this sort of comes out. Like, and at this, you... And sitting now, the head whips around and is facing you. And you see massive eyes like a cat's with a mouth, but a beak almost large and hanging. And its back, you now realize this is a creature sort of built almost like an ape, a baboon, sort of that rounded shape. Huddled over you, except its head is facing entirely behind itself, looking at you. And you're going to see its entire body lift slightly, and now to the side, just barely at the edge of your vision, you see limbs that look like those of a bird, like the legs of a bird, sort of a very small, very rough-skinned, completely out of proportion to this body, and it's going to lift itself up until it's about 2 feet, and then just pivot, the shoulder joints popping impossibly, and it settles down to look, and now you see in one of its hands an arm that looks very much like your arm.
I was gonna ask.
Cracked bone sticking out from the end of it. And it sort of looks at you. And then you see something. And I'd like for you to roll on the Night Hag Horrors table to see what you see.
Sure. Night Hag Horrors. What do we got?
Who we got? They can,
okay.
The people they control have no idea they're being controlled. So what you see is out of the corner of your eye, you actually see a person just sort of it's actually the handyman to your building, being like, yep, no worries, Ted. Happy to have let you in. And just sort of wandering back out, clearly with no consciousness of what is happening. And you're pretty sure that the creature had something to do with this.
Yeah.
And it's now going to sort of lean closer. And it's weird because then you hear sort of a boom, boom, boom of something dropping on the stairs outside. And you suspect it's actually probably the handyman's phone. He does that. And there's something about that noise that snaps you out of it. And suddenly you feel yourself jerk backwards in bed away from this thing's face. And you're pretty sure you have control of your faculties again. What would you like to do?
It's still in the room.
Oh, yeah, it's still sort of, it's essentially doing just like a tricep lift on your bed, still looking at you.
Sure. I'm gonna reach on my nightstand, just grab the lamp, try and swing at it, and then sprint out or try to get out from under it, and then make my way to the door.
Sure. So you smash this lamp across your. You sort of dragging yourself off, propel yourself off the bed, roll around to the room that to the door that the handyman had just left, and you're it's not even locked at this point, but you're still fumbling with the handle. And as you swing the door open, and just before you sprint down the hall, you again hear, and you just see the head keep turning. So now that it's looking in front of itself again, watching you leave. However, you are out of your apartment. Where would you like to go? It is probably about 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Nina's gone. Nighthag got it.
Couldn't handle it.
I am probably going to go anywhere where I know there's going to be a crowd of people. So, any kind of pub that's open late. If there's a 24-hour grocery store, like anywhere where I can be around someone who seems, and in the light, I want to make sure that there's lights on wherever I am.
So weirdly, the first thing that kind of pops to your mind is the event that your friends had been trying to get you to go to. They're just doing sort of like this all-night improv stand-up set at Chucklehead, and like there are going to be people there. It's a bar, it's a place, it may not be brightly lit, but there's definitely going to be lots of people around, and it's very close to your place. You get on the bus. It's like 3 stops. You're just sort of panting, keeping your eyes going straight forward. There's only one late night bus. You get off, you go inside, and you hear immediately hit by a wave of sound, which is a huge relief. It's people talking, not bones cracking, either inside or outside of a creature. As you were fleeing, you actually look down. You still have your arm. Both of your arms are still there. They're still working. It actually took you until the bus to even think, oh, wait, no, okay. So you're sure it was your arm the creature was eating, which is a little bit odd. So you go and you settle down, and you try to collect yourself, and you have no idea what the hell that was. You've never heard of anything like that. And you're quite sure that it was taking control of you while you were sleeping, that it was paralyzing you, it was going to eat you, and you're also quite sure sleeping will let it come back for you. It knows where you went. It watched you. And as you look around, you sort of see people, chuckling at the stage, the Chuckle Hut, ordering drinks. A lot of people just ignoring the hell out of the stage, and they're just out with their friends. It seems like your friends have actually already gone home. They hadn't meant it as a late night event. They were more doing it as a nightcap. But as you look around, you actually see a small handful of other people who, like you, are sitting, looking very pointedly at their tables, not engaging with really anything else, and looking like they are desperately thinking about. This would, sure. Intake depressants. That's good. That is the rest of you. You have all had a similar experience this very night. Starting with Andy, could we go ahead and roll on the table of Night Hag Horror? Because each of you witnessed a different ability of this thing. Okay, very interesting. Outside of dreams, you kind of saw it, that it actually moved after you a little bit. And how did you come to this conclusion that outside of your dreams, it could only exist in liminal spaces?
Yeah. So when I woke up from this thing, and I tried to explain to my wife what was happening, and she just looked at me like I was so crazy. I just had to get out, and I started just kind of wandering in the night before I came here, and I would just see it follow me, but it would only be at these weird spaces like bus stops, spaces you're not supposed to wait around at, and it would always just be there waiting for me already by the time I got there. It's driving me insane.
Nice, nice, very good. Rachel, you want to roll for me?
No.
Is it too late to point out I don't like scary movies?
Yeah,
What was I thinking doing
Sure.
this?
I was gonna say, I
Who
feel like
taught
this
you
came
this?
up last time too. When you were playing, you're suddenly like, wait, I don't like
Wait,
horror.
I forgot leaning Galway temptresses.
Okay.
So mechanical explanation for the viewers as we're watching the players actually build these
Oh, I
these
hate that one.
powers.
Rachel.
Oh
no.
So
Rachel.
with this one, they
Rachel,
command
no.
swarms of insects that swarm inside and control their victims.
You can't escape the bugs, Tyler.
Oh god, I can't. Bugs, goddamn.
So, Rachel, how did you observe this?
So does that mean that like in my room there was like somebody that I saw bugs swarm into, or so like that's like kind of what that horror means?
They apparently have the night hag controls swarms of insects that can then control their victims by swarming inside them.
Cool.
I'll leave it up to you
Okay.
as to how you observe
So-
that.
Yeah, so I'm an actor, but not a very good one, and I've not. I mainly do commercials and other local things that need doing. So I live in an apartment with 3 other women, and it's definitely not a 4-bedroom apartment, so it's a little cramped. And I share a room with one of the women. And so when I wake up from all the creepy clicks and the paralysis, uh, I'm able to look over at my roommate sleeping in her bed, and I just see this like some form of like flying insect, I suppose, like in a swarm, but completely silent, just fly like in a line towards all of the orifices in her face. So like nostrils and ears and mouth and like crawling under her eyelids and stuff. And then she just turns her entire head to look at me and is like wide-eyed and just gives me a big smile as she does it.
I hate
And
this.
yeah.
That's
As she smiles, the last one of the bugs slips in beneath her teeth.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Oh.
as that happens, you just sort of see her. And point towards you, and you now hear stirring in the other rooms. And you get the hell out. The you're just trying to like shit. Okay, shit. Have to get out. And you're just fleeing essentially through the streets, and some part of you wants something that's like familiar, but not part of your everyday. And you remember not that long ago, but a couple of years ago, you did an ad for the Chuckle Hut.
I would never do improv or stand up though, I mean.
But you did an ad for them.
Yes.
So
Of course.
So you remember them, and you remember that you had seen something because you somehow still get the emails. You're pretty sure you subscribed 17 times, yet they still come irresistible, implacable. And they're doing an all-night event, and you're like, that sounds great. People around, noise, stuff. So you get yourself to a table, and you've just been sitting. And Lena.
I'm also just saying I'm sitting and continually looking around for bugs. Like,
It's the Chuckle Hut. There's a fair number of them. This is not the nice comedy club. So roll again, yeah.
New item.
No?
That's good.
Okay,
again.
that's the same as Tyler.
All right.
Okay. They can and do hide their influence in innocuous-looking messages that mind control the reader. Okay, so I'd like to point out you all also picked the set where I was like actively considering a bunch of them as like, oh, this could be one that I'll do and I'll have in as a secret because it's a good hook and it's kind of terrifying. And I'm like, super monster.
Yay.
So you wake up with this thing, and then how do you observe that they can hide their influence in innocuous-looking messages that mind control the reader?
I'm bad at improv. So like Jen wakes up in her room and she's like, oh my god, that was like really freaky. That was super freaky. But I think things are okay. I think I'm okay. I still have my arm. And she looks over at her bookcases, and usually the spines, like, you know, say like bookcase words and stuff. Well, book words and stuff. Book titles. They usually say book titles.
You've been mind controlled by innocuous words.
And now, instead of saying book titles, they
I love case words.
okay, instead of saying book titles, they say I'm coming for you. And Jen doesn't like that. So she decides to go out to the bar and get the fuck away from the weird bookcase words. And just as she's walking there, not going to her bar is closed, she doesn't work every night. And as she's walking there, just all of the advertisements that are usually just like minor, like calm, you know, annoying advertisements that are trying to get you to buy shit that you don't want and don't need, but they're like, whatever. Like, instead, as she passes them, change to things like, I'm coming for you. I'm here already. Look behind you. And she just starts walking faster until she gets the fuck into the bar.
Very good. So, for the sake of chat, I am actually picking one of the other powers or the horrors that the Night Hag controls. But I'm not going to discuss it openly, and this isn't just to sort of give the players a surprise, but it's also that there's additional stuff that they can find out about this creature and figure out more about it. Awesome. So you go and you each kind of see each other and maybe sort of clock each other a little bit of like, okay, that person's seen some shit, but you don't feel up to saying anything. You don't feel up to sort of reaching out. And so you stay through until dawn, listening to increasingly bad improv.
This is torture for Amber.
It just increasingly bad stand-up acts. Basically you are getting into the, like, I don't know, not even B class, E class of like Who's Line if they were very drunk and like it's 5 a.m. So this is just getting real bad. There's long strings of non sequiturs. They clearly have learned the yes and rule, but not to like sort of connect the two things.
If they ask for a setting in the audience for like some improv or something, I'd like to shout out bus stations, gas stations, liminal spaces.
Uh, they
Weirdo.
decide to go with liminal spaces, but they misheard you as lemon spaces, and it just gets weirder from there. Yeah, but so you make it to dawn, and you each sort of leave independently, um, and keep yourselves awake. None of you find that you can really do your jobs. Yeah, you're tired. You haven't slept. You're drained. But also just you're haunted by the things that you saw, by the sounds of bone cracking, of unnatural movement. And as you kind of get through the day, and as you get to evening, you suddenly realize that like your heart is beating faster, your breathing is getting shallow. You can't sleep. You last saw it in the safest place in the world for you. And you all sort of find yourself back at the Chuckle Hut because it was awful for you, Amber. Don't get me wrong. It was awful, but it also felt safe in a certain sense. There were people around. There was just, maybe it was just the presence of other people. It was the stuff that you could occasionally look at where there was no concept of this horror. And as you're there the second night, you see some of the same faces are there, and you each over the course of the night see each other again. And that starts to raise a sense of, okay, maybe, but again, you're not quite sure. Go out, and again, at dawn, you head back out, go about your days. You're really having a hard time functioning at this point. You needed to have slept by now. This is not something your bodies are supposed to be doing. Jen, you go back to the bar and like you're spilling things. You're trying to pour a drink just for yourself, and your muscles aren't working right. Ted, you discover that you can barely sort of read over some of the notes that some of your correspondents had sent you. Your eyes just aren't focusing on words. I forgot your name, Sean. Sean, you're trying to sort of just go into the office because you're like, there are people there. It'll be fine, but you're so drained you can't write, you can't think of anything. The only thing that occupies your mind is this creature that you saw, and you can't write a story about that because your wife already looked at you like so. So again, for the third time, you find yourself. Oh, and Amber, you're actually trying to shoot a commercial, and you cannot get the lines out. You're tongue tied over them every time.
This paste tooth is the best for your mouth. Sorry.
Put it in your mouth?
Put it in your mouth. It's white and it's creamy,
Oh.
but it's minty.
No.
There's a slight tingle as well.
All right. Yeah, so you're not getting called back for the next round of shoots. They thank you for your time, tell you to move along. And so you find yourselves back at the Chuckle Hut for the third time. And this time the crowds are not nearly as busy. It's like I said, the third night of this. Believe me, the A act already got booked up front, such as they are at the Chuckle Hut. This is the third tier of entertainment in Pratakea for comedy. But again, each of you see the other three again. And this time you're positive. The same haunted look, the same sleep-deprived look, the same sort of pensive, worried look. And what would sort of any of you like to do about this? There's very few people in here at this point. Still feels kind of comforting, but what would you like to do? You're pretty sure at this point about the other.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
stand up and I'll walk over to someone sitting down. We'll say Ted, and I put a drink in front of you, and I said, "Don't worry, it's not alcohol. It's Red Bull."
Oh, thank you. You're wow. been going off coffee for a bit, so this is a fun. It's a fun change. You don't want to sleep either.
No, I can't. I can't sleep. And you're right. I don't want to. I don't even want to try. I don't want to go home. I don't want to be in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar at all?
Yeah. Did you like see something? A chance?
Yeah, I did.
Like, I don't know, like a baboon bird thing straight out of a horror movie, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what we're calling it? Baboon bird thingy?
That's feel like I write academic papers. I don't really do the creative bend of things. So
yeah,
that's best I got.
I just know sometimes when you put a name to something, it kind of defines what it is. It happens a lot in my job, and that sounds a lot better than night hag. Honestly, night hag was in my head, and it was scary. But baboon bird thingy.
Matt says
Bird
bird. Matt says bird boon.
Bird boon. The bird boon. Yeah.
The bird boon.
The bird boon.
I'd laugh if I wasn't so terrified.
Yeah.
So I've been noticing more people, like, 2 others, I think, that are kind of.
There's other people here, like
ordering a lot
this?
more coffee. That might have seen the baboon,
It's way better, I promise. Yeah, the bird boon is so good. Okay. Yeah, we'll look around the room. Do we see anyone else that is matching this sleepless description?
You do. You see Jen, who also looks like she hasn't slept in a while. And then you also see Amber, and she seems vaguely familiar to her, like you've seen her somewhere before. But similarly, just haunted looking, hasn't slept. So there's 2 others that you say.
This is weird.
I'm just staring off. It's this like towards the stage, but slightly off to the left, and not even really watching. Just kind of like vacant stare.
Jen's just staring at Amber, like she's working herself up to going over to talk to her, but like obviously Amber doesn't notice.
What's your name, buddy?
Oh, it's Teddy, but my friends call me Ted. I know it's normally
Teddy?
backwards, but
yeah. Okay.
Teddy and
Sean.
you're
Sean.
Hi.
Sean. Yeah. So I don't know the protocol here. Is it creepy if the 2 of us go up to these girls and say a line like, "Hey, you not been sleeping either, baby"? Is that what we do?
Yeah, add baby onto it. It's creepy.
Yeah. Ladies, does that sound better? If we add ladies at the end?
You don't know that we're ladies.
I think so. I mean, if we're trying to get a gauge on, if they've actually, we probably don't want it to come across as like a line, like we should probably be a little more academic, dare I say, in the asking of it. So were you accosted in your dreams by the bird boon creature that we described?
Still sounds like a pickup line.
Or,
Do you need me to come into your dreams and save you?
Ted, the more I'm thinking about this, this is all just sounding just so Me Too at the moment. So can we just like shout in the air? Who here has been around a lot of bugs lately?
What?
Only I know.
I just shout that. Who's been around a lot of bugs lately? If so, come over here. Sorry to interrupt the stand-up.
Only I know
talking about
bugs.
Yeah, I was
right?
gonna say
penises.
Only she knows the bugs right now.
Only I know the bugs.
Oh, I thought we all knew.
No, it
these
manifested
aspects.
one of its powers towards each of you.
Never mind. So
Who here enjoys staying the
So I have
hell
no
away
idea.
from liminal
I have no idea how to
spaces?
approach this.
So while these conversations are happening, Jinjin's gonna finally work up the nerve to go talk to Amber. And she's gonna come up behind her, not really getting her attention, because she's not really good on social norms right now, and just gently tap her on the shoulder.
Do you have bugs?
No, what? No, I'm not. I'm like, what? I'm not a bug. Hey, what?
What's in your nose?
Why are you screaming?
You touched me from behind suddenly.
Oh, okay. I know this is weird, but I've been here the last like 3 nights, and you like look like you've been here the last 3 nights too, and haven't slept. And like, I don't know, like, why haven't you slept? Just share that, with me. What's going on?
You're a lot.
See, Ted, this is what I mean by awkward.
I am
I didn't
like
wanna
a
do
lot. I am definitely a lot, and also I think I might be going crazy. So I'm just trying to reality check here. So like reality check. Why aren't you sleeping?
You first.
Okay, so there's this thingy. This thing. I saw this thing like 3 nights ago. It was like this bird baboon creature. It was all hairy and really weird, and it made these terrible clicking noises, and it really fucking freaked me out. I couldn't like fucking move or anything, and it was really scary. But then I woke
get
up.
really close up into your face as you say this, like right up into your face, and I say, "Did you see the bugs?
What?
Did you see the bugs? Did you see the bugs go into somebody?"
Oh, that sounds horrible. That sounds like absolutely fucking horrible. And no, I haven't seen that. I saw like words are like following me. Are words following you? Have you seen words following you?
I don't know what that means.
They're just like normal words are like turn into not normal words and say like bad things now about what they're gonna do to you, the horrible things they're gonna do to you, like dismember you and eat your skin and eat your eyeballs. Like kind of like normal except not normal.
As you look around, Amber, and you're sort of like whirling around, you look up and there's sort of one of those advertisements, like the neon pipes for Protekea breweries. And as you look at it, it almost shimmers for a second. And it very clearly says, "I can still see you. There is no escape."
Did you do that?
Did I do what? Can
And
I see
just
it?
kind of like take your face and I turn it towards the neon thing.
You see almost a flicker of it for a second, but it just says Protekea Brewery when you see it, but it does have that same flicker that you sort of saw from the billboards and things. But you do see a spider sort of peering over the edge of it, and then it sort of goes.
Was that you? That didn't happen before you started talking to me. Is that you that did that?
I don't think that was me. Maybe. Oh fuck! What if I'm the one doing all of this? What if I am the bird baboon thing? Like,
I'm gonna just like
I don't think
slowly
I am.
scoot my chair away from you.
No, okay, I don't think, like, why would I be threatening myself, right? Like, I like myself. I am good with myself. I
And
have
I'm
a
just
bar
gonna-
and I'm successful.
Touch your face. I'm very handsy right now. I'm gonna touch your face and I'm gonna just like lift up your eyelids and like look, like pull your teeth like you're a horse. Like I'm looking at like to check your yeah. I am just like pulling at all of the squishy parts to look for bugs.
I'm just gonna like stand there grinning while you do it. Is this good?
Yeah.
Are we good?
I think you're clean. I think you're clean. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I'm not it. Maybe, but I mean, like I didn't do that. I don't
Do
know
you see
what's
bugs in me? Do you see bugs in me?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
do you
gonna
see
reach
bugs?
out and start stretching your face too.
So you see, incidentally, Ted and Sean are just watching this from like you were like, okay, well, fuck, we'll figure out what to say to make it not creepy when we get there. I guess we're just gonna have to like figure this out on the fly. At
We're
about
just
6
touching
paces
each other's
out, you just see like, and you're like, it was creepy before we got there, though. How do?
Maybe we just lean into the creepy. Hey there.
I feel like I'll let you do the talking.
No, it's cool. That's okay. Hey
are you?
there. My name's Sean. This is
Do you
this
have
is
bugs?
Ted.
Hi, I'm Ted.
No, don't got bugs.
Can I
We
see?
got sort of a.
And I just reach out.
I think that someone that
just do
had
the
bugs,
same
like
thing.
someone who had bugs would say that they don't have bugs. Definitely check.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a good idea. And I just start
Are you
moving your eyelids again, peeling them back, looking in the
Okay,
all your
that's weird.
orifices.
Okay. That's odd.
Okay, nope, no bugs.
You weird question. And you don't mean this to sound creepy. Are you guys having trouble sleeping too? Is a
Trouble's
nice way
the
to put
word
this.
for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm just still super close to your face and just staring way too intently at your face as you're talking to me.
Okay, you had shrimp tonight to eat, didn't you? Okay.
I haven't eaten in 3 days. Come on. Or at least some days. I don't know. I don't know how human bodies work.
You still need to eat even if you don't sleep.
It's like we're not stopping all primary functions. I didn't specify that.
Well,
Just coffee and coffee and Adderall. You know.
so it's hard to concentrate. It's hard to focus. But why are we here?
That feels like an existential question. One which I really don't want.
I mean, not like here, not like here. I mean, why are we here? At the Chuckle Hut, out of all the stupid places in Product KO we could be, why are we here?
There's people
Because
here.
it's open. Yeah, there's people here and it's
Right.
open like all night. So yeah.
There's places that are open though all the time, and how come
Like
four
24-hour
people,
gas stations?
4 people that are seeing some sort of baboon bird thingy are all just
I didn't
meeting
say I
up
was seeing
in a
that. How did you know
random?
I was seeing that?
Yeah, we didn't say that.
We can tell. Look, we've been watching you guys. You've been weird as shit.
And I'm gonna notice Ted now, and I'm gonna be like, "Didn't check you for bugs." And I'm just gonna start checking him for bugs again. I'm just gonna reach over to Ted's face.
Okay. Yeah, this was
Okay.
voluntary. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
No bugs. Mhm.
No bugs. Can I ask why bugs are a problem?
Yeah.
You didn't see bugs.
No.
I saw the bugs. They flew. They flew into Becky's eyelids, and then
Oh,
they
Becky.
crawled into her mouth and into her nose, and then she slowly sat up and just turned her head and smiled at me, and then pointed, and then I heard all of the other roommates moving. I don't think it was Becky.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Well,
Did you guys
okay.
not see bugs? You didn't see bugs?
No, didn't have the bug thing. Look, it sounds like we're just all having a really, like we had like a scary bad dream one night, and now we're all kind of scared to go to sleep. Is it just that? Is that our problem here?
You think it was a dream?
I feel like collective nightmares are not like a thing that strangers have.
Okay.
It had my arm in its mouth, and that felt real.
Do you still have your arm?
I got
Checking
them
for
both. I kind of think it's a premonition of things to come. So I'm just enjoying both my arms while I have them, I guess.
Okay. Was it your right hand or your left hand?
Oh gosh, I think it was my left.
The sinister
Sinister.
hand. Okay.
Sinister
Yeah.
hand, yeah.
Sorry, I just asked a lot of questions.
I
Makes
know.
me feel
it's-
more in control.
Yeah, no, that's good. I too enjoy
I get it.
questions.
I've met men before.
We're just so rarely in control. It just makes me feel good every once in a while to ask a question and feel in control. Okay, so wait a minute. What if? Because what if we all just sort of describe this thing at once? Let's get a. Can I just ask a waitress or a waiter to come over real quick and ask for like a little bit of paper and maybe a pen? And just
you can flag down a waiter. They'll
Sure.
like sort of just be like, oh, sure, sort of tear you off a couple of sheets from just their notepad.
Right on. Yeah, I kind of rip it up into 4 pieces, and I just say, write down what you saw. Just write down exactly what you saw, and I'll go ahead and write down
I
what
just told you what I saw. Do you,
kind of, yeah. But I'm just saying, if we all describe this thing exactly the same way, then yeah, we're all doing the same thing. And if not, this is just a random weird coincidence that we've all had bad dreams. Okay.
and I'm gonna, because of course, Amber went to art school, but fully dropped out. I'm gonna, sketch out a beautiful rendition of the bird boon that I saw in my bed.
Is it beautiful, or is it just like a circle with some?
Hey,
like,
I got
oblong
into
shapes?
art school, okay? I just dropped out of it. I said bitch.
Draw it like one of your French bird boons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Draw a circle, then draw the rest of the fucking bird boon.
There's just a circle off in the corner of the drawing that you're very confused by, but there is a good rendition of a bird boon.
So do these descriptions match each other?
Pretty exactly.
Okay.
Different levels of artistic ability, etc. But yeah, definitely.
Okay, this is worse than I thought.
Oh, I don't know if it can be worse, but sure.
I mean, I thought I was just going insane, so this kind of this is kind of better, right? Like, I'm not going insane. I'm just, or maybe we're all going insane. It's collective insanity, and we're going insane together, which I guess is worse. That's worse. So that's the worst option. And
Should
then,
we
like,
ask somebody else?
No.
yes, let's ask the performers. They would know, right?
The person who's trying to do like stand up right now as we're just talking as loud as we
They'll
can.
be
to
like,
each other.
can I get an animal? And we're just like, bird boon. In a location, your bedroom.
Okay, we try to keep it a little more PG-13. I'm not actually sure of the context of what this rating would be, but we try to keep it below that here at the Chuckle Hut.
It's not sexual.
At the Sean, you see the waiter that you had called over and gotten something for, finished writing something down, like pull out a tab, put it on the table, and you see one of the diners sort of pick it up. And they're just going to stand up and begin walking towards you.
Towards us?
Yes,
the
towards the table that you're at, which I think was originally Amber's.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there is.
Hey,
Kat.
maybe we got a 5th person over here. Hey, friend. You
Don't
having
worry,
trouble sleeping?
honey, I'll get that spider. And they're gonna take a bottle and just swing it full sidearm down at you, Sean.
Oh.
And I need everyone to roll a shock.
Oh no!
So which one how do we do that?
So there's
Is that
commands shock. So the other major mechanic of this is all of these players have 6 will dice. They represent their holding on to some level of sanity, holding on to existence. And if they receive a shock, either mental or physical, they have to roll all their dice. Basically, we're just defaulting it to 6. And then if the number on the face of the die is equal to or higher than the amount they have, they lose that die.
Oh, okay.
They move closer to death. So Jen, you are going to lose 2 dice. Sean,
Yeah.
you're going to
Oh,
lose 2
shit roll.
dice.
Yep.
Not Tyler. Ted, you're going to lose 1. And Amber, you will lose
Sure.
none.
Saying as
so,
fuck, bitch.
so
Sorry.
Sean, you just sort of get caught across the side of the head with this bottle, which, as it hits you, you feel your vision sort of blur out, and you feel sleep edging closer. You are wanting to fall unconscious at the table. And out of the corner of your eye, Jen, as you sort of pivot back to see what the hell is going on, you can see the little receipt, the little tab on the table, which just says, "Take them now."
I'm gonna just straight out like pull out my purse and activate. I definitely took some like women's defense classes, right? Where it was
Mhm.
just like, kick them in the balls and hit them with your purse. And so I just like automatically just do that and just say, "No, that's my purse," and just kick them in the balls and hit them in the face.
I like that you learned the lines by rote.
Yeah.
You see them. You see the person who's just like absolutely smacked. Oh, another spider. And for just a second, you think you see like a millipede in their ear.
They got bugs.
And
They got bugs.
They're gonna swing at you again, but miss. I will not force a second shock roll at the moment. But you seem to have a person who is talking about smashing spiders for someone. At their table, a person that looks like it could be their partner is just like screaming, "What are you doing?"
They got bugs.
I'm gonna like stand up from where I had kind of fallen on the ground in horror and just go, "Get the fuck out of my bar!" and flip it. It's not my bar, but I haven't slept in 3 days. And flip the table. Oh god! And flip the table into
You didn't
the
have to
person.
actually flip your table.
Flip the table into this person's like whole like body, like just slam the whole table into them because I'm a bouncer and bouncers hit people with tables.
And final mechanic as we hit this, if the players wish to do something that is part of their profession, or that is related to their profession in my ruling, they can succeed on it and it doesn't cost a die. If they want to do something that's not part of their profession but is sort of possible by unpowered mortals, they can also auto-succeed, but they have to spend one of their dice. They are essentially exhausting their reserves of willpower. Yes, I would say that as a sort of bouncer / general bar worker, this is a thing you are able to do and succeed at. So you'll flip the table, and not only does it sort of knock this person and stagger them backwards, you've put the sort of 4 of you on the other side of the table from them.
Am I bleeding and all that hurt? Oh, that hurt.
Just a little bit of blood, just pouring blood out your face. You're okay.
Okay.
We're not safe here. The bugs
No.
just found us.
We're not super safe. Look, the waiter wrote down something and slipped it to him. I think the waiter has bugs.
Can I see what the something is written down? Is it like actually that message, or does it flicker again?
It says 3 martinis and like chips. It's just a tab.
I don't.
We should go.
Where?
I think.
Where?
I'd like to go somewhere where we can buy some bug spray for one.
That's a good idea.
Like a lot.
I guess, but
And lighters, bug spray and lighters.
What time is it?
Yeah.
It's about midnight. But certainly there's some convenience stores.
Can I say too that I maybe would have stopped, and you can tell me no if we can't have like done things in the past or something, but that I would have stopped and gotten like a can of Raid or something and just put it in my purse.
I think that you maybe you don't have a can of Raid, but I feel like you do have like a couple of bottles of like mosquito repellent.
Sure. But it's like, I don't use the kind that has D in it because I want to make sure that I'm taking care of myself. So it's just a little all natural spray that smells like lemongrass.
Super effective.
Clover and lemongrass. Yeah.
You do
it's
smell
actually-
exceedingly like citronella.
Yeah. Just I'm also
You're
like
sniffing, you're huffing it.
can't have bugs inside me. Gotta kill the bugs inside. It's fine.
Wow.
So has like the comedy
Natural.
stopped at this point? Or-
There's now sort of a general whoa, okay, let's like one of the bouncers is moving in. But yeah.
We didn't do anything. This guy has bugs.
Yeah.
I
Bugs.
think we saw maybe just we can step outside while we get this under control. And they're sort of trying to restrain him. The guy doesn't seem to be fighting. It's like, what? I'm sorry. I thought I saw a spider.
Can I go
Oh
up to
yeah, no,
his face? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, don't worry about it. He has no idea what he just did. Yeah, just you should not sleep tonight.
I'm gonna go up to his face and try and check for bugs.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we should just like get the fuck out of here and not be touching people's faces. Like, just because like if they've got bugs, then the bugs are going to get on us. And also, like, I don't think people are safe. I think we need to get somewhere where there are no people and regroup.
The bouncer's still kind of holding him like, what are you doing? And as you're looking at him, you're like, yeah, it's okay. And then just before you turn away, in the dark of his pupil, you see like a little like millipede's head look at you.
Oh.
And then again, somehow very faintly you hear
And I push him back and say, "He's got bugs." And I just turn around and start to walk out.
Yeah.
I'll follow.
Walk? I'm running.
I'm like doing that like half jog, half walk thing.
You turn
Like,
and
I
you're
don't
like
wanna look
walking
very
out. You're
good.
trying to maintain your composure, like, good form walking. You see the door slam open and Ted's just like, nope.
Ted, wait, Ted, don't go too far here. And once we get outside, let's just kind of huddle up here.
It was inside his eyeball.
That's real bad.
The whole time.
Okay, so
Boy.
your lack of sleep's making you see bugs. What else are people seeing here?
Hey, like, I don't think it's like her lack of sleep, right? Like, unless we're like insane. Are we insane? Because I'm not sure yet if we're insane, but I don't think we're insane. And if we're not insane, then there's really bugs, and we need to get a flamethrower.
No, yeah. What's the alternative here? Either we're going crazy, which is probably likely, or what? There's a magical demon bird baboon person with bugs and what? Like that's our alternative? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you never like met somebody that believed in ghosts or?
This is not like anyone I've ever heard believe in ghosts. This is something deep inside each of us. And yeah, I mean, I'll be the first to admit I'm going nuts. I'm going crazy here. I'm going insane. And that's what I think is going on.
Are you trying to say this to convince us to team up with you?
No, maybe we just figure it out. Maybe we have some group therapy. We talk about our childhoods. I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know how we need to get this out.
You think this is inner brain psychotherapy bullshit?
I mean, what else? Again,
you think that we all have some kind of connected psychosis?
Yeah, like I don't think that's a thing. I mean, I'm not like a scholar, but
I've never met you before. I'm an actress.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
If we all have like you're just some schmo.
Yeah, I have 100%
anything in common.
100% some schmo. Yeah, but what if we had like some sort of trauma in our lives that we just forgot?
My life is perfect. I don't have trauma.
Hey, stop fighting. Ted, or I don't think you told us your name yet. You look smart. You look like you're a smart person. Is this like a thing that happens, like psychosis, group psychosis, with people you've never met, or like is this like real? Probably.
GM, is that a thing that happens in society that I would have read about, or?
So you don't really know of anything like this with like mass psychosis, but you do recall at the university, there's a faculty member that studies the sort of weird occurrences that happen from time to time in Protochaea. Like a lot of it is sort of like National Enquirer, for those who are in England or, you know, not in America, tabloid, like really trashy tabloid fantastical stuff, like, oh, the president is controlled by aliens and blah blah blah. So like, and they're kind of a crackpot because of that. They're not really well respected at the university, but like this feels like that falls in that area, and that's all you can think of.
Us kind of bringing this up makes me kind of think that a stop at the university might help us a little bit. There's a kind of crackpot, professor who's got some wild theories and ideas on all kinds of shit. I'll be honest. I really thought he should have gotten dragged out and put in the padded room for a while, but now I'm kind of thinking that he's kind of seeing the world the way it should be seen, and that everybody else just hasn't caught up yet. So I'm kind of thinking that he might have some information, maybe in his office or something.
But counterpoint to that also sounds really boring, and we're trying to stay awake, right?
Oh, that keeps me up. Academia is better than coffee. In fact, I've hated these last 3 days.
Are you sure? I mean, have you tried cocaine? I mean,
that would even use it to stay awake.
I am going to say that as actress, that is within the limits of her profession.
That is a really bad fall, though. Careful here. You have
Bags
to be constantly getting up. Oh my gosh! Don't let her come down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm normally good with like a single cup of decaf. That gets me through the whole day, So this has been hell. A lot of.
I understand why this happened to you people. You're all boring. Why did it happen to me?
I own a bar. I am so interesting, and you're just like not very nice. You just snort a lot of cocaine. But anyway, like, let's stop at the gas station on the way to the university and get some coffee so we can stay up, because we can't go to sleep because the bird boon will get us. So university, gas station, university.
Just gonna throw this out there. Just as a possible plan, throwing it out here. What if one of you just went to sleep right now and we just watched you? Huh?
That sounded really, really creepy. Did you mean that to sound really creepy?
No, I'm trying not to. I'm very specifically trying not to sound creepy.
How about it's you?
I didn't say that because I need to be up to watch people.
I don't want you watching me while I sleep, like ever, like under any circumstances.
I've got just as good eyes as you do. I don't know why I can't just watch
Ted, you can go to sleep,
I
right?
think it's better eyes. Have you seen how wide she opens her eyes?
Yeah, we can have Ted go to sleep. All in favor of Ted going to sleep.
I mean,
what else?
I got this academic thing, this paper coming out soon, and I'd like to be alive for when
Ted sounds like he knows what he's talking about. We should really just do what Ted wants.
Listen, I'll go to sleep, but like that's
Don't listen to him. He just wants to see if somebody else will die so he can know if it's safe.
Or he just wants to watch you sleep, which is honestly worse.
Both of these things are terrible.
Is it worse?
Okay. I was thinking of stuff that might keep us awake, as we're kind of
To the university, and I just start walking in the direction,
We've cars.
and I don't know where it is. I just start walking. Like you're in the
Amber,
middle of talking, and I just straight up start walking some direction down the
Guys,
street.
I have a like a minivan. Just come on in.
You haven't
I'll
slept in like
drive.
3
Okay.
days.
Huh?
You haven't slept in like 3 days. Are you still a good
Yeah.
driver? Because I think maybe I'll just walk with actress cocaine lady. Like she looks like she knows where she's going.
I mean, it's fun.
I mean, Sean, I trust you. I guess.
Yeah.
We can.
I don't
mean-
usually get into vans with strange men who want to watch
Why
me
don't you
sleep.
I know it's creepy. I have a
Only
van.
if they
It's
pay
windowless.
me. If it's
All
a
right.
paying
I paint
gig,
in the summers.
if it's a paying gig, I will get in your van.
I will.
Do-
Hey,
Do we need to activate your cameo here or something? This is ridiculous.
Is there like a pet store around? I swear I'm going
It's
somewhere
midnight?
with this.
Creepy question.
It
Are we going to buy like an
doesn't
anteater?
matter.
Do they sell those
It's
at
midnight.
I'm
night?
not going to buy.
no.
Money is a thing that we don't need right now because I'm just proposing theft.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So how, like, I mean, I've never used one because I don't think that dogs need them, but like some people, they get those like bark collars for dogs that
Okay, are we sure this isn't some kinky shit that you want us to get in your van with you and then
Yeah,
get a shock collar?
Like, don't you two know each other beforehand? Like, I'm getting like bad vibes.
it'll zap, it and give you a little wake me up. But that's
a little something
A
something.
little wake me up.
it'll give you a little zap.
Like,
You're
no,
waking
just
up your little
coffee.
friend too? I mean, what are we talking here?
Okay.
If you're about to fall asleep, right? You put it up to your neck and you just say something, and then boom, you got a little like ow alarm clock kind of thing.
Let's just get coffee and do cocaine like her, okay? Coffee and cocaine.
Okay.
I like that you're like, yeah,
Not
coffee
do
and
that.
cocaine is way better than shock collars.
All right. Me and Ted would drive if anyone wants to come with us. I know it's a nondescript windowless van, but I'm asking you, ladies.
Windowless? I thought it was a minivan.
It was until you made a big deal of it. Now it's windowless. Now it's windowless.
Windows.
It does have like a little like TV that flips down in the back. That's nice, right? You can watch Moana on it.
Oh, this wow.
So
I'm
So-
walking with a cocaine lady to the university.
okay.
Do I see a convenience store that looks like it's? I want to see. Yeah, is there a convenience store around here?
Yeah, there are. There's like one like a couple of blocks up.
Okay, I'm gonna walk in.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'll
where are
go in
you
with
going?
Ding, dong.
Where are you leaving?
Door chimes.
Let's get some axe and lighters because that's how you kill bugs, right? Yeah. Let's get axe and lighters.
Where do we get axe and lighters at this time of night? That's ridiculous.
It's a gas station. I'm looking
No,
for
no.
They're in
No,
a,
we
they
can't
just
go to the
walked into
gas
a
station.
24-hour convenience store, by the way.
Yeah,
We
it's still a
cannot
24-hour
afford that.
convenience store. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna get some bug spray.
No.
Why can't I
Stop
go
it.
in here?
for axe body spray and lighters.
That's where it
Telling me I
lives.
can't go into a public place, but I need to go into your van.
Yes, because that's where it lives. It lives in the in between.
Unlike you, who lives in your van.
I don't live in my van. I live with my wife and kids. We have a nice
Sure you
house in the
do.
suburbs.
Why aren't you
God
there then? Ask your wife to watch you sleep. And I'm just gonna walk over into the store, and I'm gonna look
Okay.
around. Is anybody
Well,
watching
she's
me?
dead. We're down to 3. What do we do?
There's-
I'm going with her. I'm going with her
Oh,
to find
God.
axe body spray and lighters.
So,
Ted, Ted,
you walk
don't
into this.
go in.
Is anybody watching me?
There's also a sort of ding dong, and there's a very disinterested looking convenience store attendant, sort of like flipping a magazine behind the counter. So they're not particularly like watching you.
Cool.
They do
I look
notice
around.
you
Do I
come
see any
in.
cameras or anything?
Yeah, there's a couple cameras.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to the bug section.
Okay.
The bug spray
There's
section.
no bug
Understood.
section,
The bug
Rachel.
Is there a wide
Section has,
selection of
like-
bugs?
Like raid and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm gonna try and stick a couple cans in my bag.
Okay.
Guess you don't have any
I don't even technically need to. No, I'm supposed to steal
Why
things,
are we
but
stealing?
I haven't lost a dice yet, so I guess I don't technically need to do this. But I was also just drawn to do it.
I'm also. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, so you. Okay, this is a weird one because you regain a dice from stealing things. But I would also say that stealing things would be not part of your profession. So we'll go ahead and cancel it out. We'll basically say
Nice.
you succeed. So you're pocketing them. You've drawn yourself into danger to meet your obsession, and it regains the dice that you had to spend in order to succeed at stealing it. So you're like you clink, 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 and you're sort of like getting the cans into your purse, and you then hear. You sort of look up and there's a ceiling fan that's a little bit off kilter.
Son of a bitch.
So while that's happening, I'm getting Axe body spray and lighters and purchasing it like an upstanding citizen.
So yeah, you do that. This is actually helping Amber with her crime because the attendant is more focused on you.
Cry.
And you sort of complete that and you turn. You see Amber staring very fixedly up at the ceiling fan and sort of almost backing away from it. It's going click, click.
Pointing a can of raid at it.
He's just like and behind her you see one of the drop tiles drop out of the ceiling and these sort of bird-like limbs dropping down and down and down and now the hands are sort of resting at the floor and they're going to grab her ankles.
I'm gonna leap at her and try to like push her away from it and try to Axe body spray flamethrower the thing and yelling, "Get away from cocaine lady!"
I'm gonna need a shock from Amber
Okay.
as you feel around you are apparently all of the cocaine has rendered you insensate.
I'm just fucking good. It's like whatever, bitch. Sorry.
I'm going to say that the improvised flamethrower attack on limbs is not a thing that is part of your profession. So it will take a die if you wish to do that.
Yeah, how does this work? What do I do?
So you just reduce your
What is
current dice
happening?
in your character sheet.
Okay,
And you
sure.
succeed.
Yeah.
You don't
What
have to
happens if I
roll
run out of
anything.
dice?
You die.
Cool.
So you
Ted, aren't you
leap
glad you didn't
across-
go in there?
But also, I'm protecting someone weaker than me, so this should just be a wash, right?
That's true.
How dare you?
Is she weak?
I absolutely fucking am.
She's a
She's a
on
bouncer of her
3-day
own bar.
She's on a
I'm on-
3-day cocaine bender.
I got the bug spray.
I'm not sure she has a functioning circulatory or nervous system at this point. So you guys are still outside, and I'm gonna say that Sean, you've explained to Ted why this was a bad idea. Like as you were walking, you saw the creature from time to time in these kinds of in between places where you never really stay, and you're like, oh shit, maybe we should shout and get them out there. And you essentially turn around to see like 9-foot long bird arms dropped down, grabbing Amber, and then suddenly a jet of flame as Jen lights the arms on fire. And also a significant portion of the magazine section. So And you see the arm sort of back up into the ceiling. The drop tile just slams down with impossible force. And yeah. What would...
So my theory about this being entirely in my own head might be diminishing slightly.
Hey, that's you're not crazy. You might just die. Yay.
Yeah, do you have a cell phone or something? Is there a payphone out here?
It's up to you as to whether you would have a cell phone. It would be totally fine if you did.
Yeah, I got one.
Do you mind, real quick?
Of course, you go right ahead. It's a track phone though. Or
Yeah. Okay.
watch the minutes.
Sure. Yeah. I just dial my wife real quick.
You got nights and weekends, right? So it's
I like how we're really leaning into the throwback technology.
Yeah.
It's almost contemporary.
Ring. Ring. Ring.
Hello?
Okay, so I'm not crazy. There's other people here that saw it too. Tell them, Ted. Tell her you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, you hear that? He saw it too. So who's a danger to their children now, Janet?
And you sort of hear like, oh, yeah, no, I understand. No, I'm sorry. I'll take care of that right away.
Oh
no.
Janet.
Ted. Ted, this is bad happening.
She got bugs.
Okay, my wife sounded really, really like there was someone there and she couldn't talk. We got to go to my place like right now. And I start waving at
the store is all the way on fire.
Yeah, I assume that myself and Cocaine Lady have left the store by now.
I kind of assumed you were just booking it out of there.
I'm not getting any closer to that thing. I'm just waving you guys this way.
I just casually walk out.
I'm gonna get out of the out of my door and then open up the sliding door to the back seat, hop back.
Okay. Yeah.
Continue waving frantically.
Come on.
Are we going to the university?
Well, yes, university. Yeah, whatever. Let's go real quick. I'll drive.
My name's
real
Amber.
quick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Amber.
My name's Jinjin.
Oh,
sorry,
Jinjin?
I didn't know your name for Cocaine Lady, but I can call you Amber now.
Amber Jinjin, awesome. Let's head out. What do you
head
say?
out to where? I thought we were
Not
going
here.
to
Not
university.
Definitely not here.
I mean, fair. It is on fire.
The attendant is now.
You set it on fire too.
The attendant has now run. What the hell is wrong with you people? You said what the shit?
We gotta go.
We're done, okay? I saved your establishment. You're welcome.
Like they turn back and you see like, but it's on.
Okay, get
and you see the
in the car.
And you see the open sign just says the word now.
Van, in the van now.
In the van. Everyone's in the van.
Jinjin's
van now.
I take off. Everyone's in the van. You hear a song playing in the back of the van. You're welcome. You're welcome. Sorry, kids. I'll flip it up and turn it off real quick, and then just keep driving. And I go straight to my house.
You know, I auditioned for this movie.
Really?
Did you get in?
Yeah.
Did you like get a callback or anything, or
No.
did you get to rock at all?
I mean,
He sounds really.
I've written to The Rock before.
That's
I know his
interesting.
publicist's address.
Yeah,
I know his publicist's PO box actually. So
Okay, that's cool.
I do have connections.
You're driving along.
I've
a
met
couple
4
of
prime
times.
ministers.
along the in the drive, Amber is pretty sure she sees a bug, and so has just like been raiding the hell out of the back of the van.
Oh,
Smells
God.
awful
Windowless
back
van,
here.
damn it.
Yes, you specified windowless.
Just open the back doors. Just don't fall out.
That doesn't sound very safe.
we can't drive this way though. I roll down the windows.
Shouldn't have
the
so
best
many
I can
bugs in
the
here
front.
then.
I'm sorry.
Children are filthy.
Not untrue. Not untrue.
There's so many crumbs here. Of course there's bugs.
Jesus
It
Christ.
says half a grilled cheese on the floor. What's wrong with you?
I hate
Yeah.
to speak it to you, but there are bugs everywhere. I mean, there's bugs you can't see. Like
Is it the
we've
bugs
got-
making you say that?
You're kind of like mounting the curb at this point. Ted, you do know that you are not driving towards the university. You kind of sort of are parsing now where you are. You're not moving like in the opposite direction, but he's kind of driving west and the university was more north.
Sure. Are we we're going to see if we can help? I take it.
Yeah,
Help
yeah,
what?
definitely.
I thought we were going to the university.
We're just going somewhere to help. Real quick, gotta help.
Who?
Other problem. Real quick pit stop.
Just real quick pit stop. Yep.
How are we supposed
Hey,
to
I'm
help?
good at helping. I have a flamethrower, and you have raid. I think raid is also flammable, so
Is
we'll be
your-
totally fine.
Insurance, Sean.
What's that?
Is your house insured?
Uh,
Like in case. Yeah.
I think I'm late on the payment this month. Oh my god. Oh no.
Okay. Arsony might not be good here.
Yeah.
I don't know another
Yeah.
solution to this problem, so
Maybe we can be big. That well, or we have a car. It might be a flightless bird, right? We can hope for that. We bait it outside. We get in the car. We keep the car running, or the van running, and then we just drive away. Or we get it outside and we hit it with the minivan.
and then flamethrower it.
She just set it on fire. I don't think that it's killable like that. If fire didn't kill it, I don't think this fucking van is going to.
We could try and have a
She's killed a
dialogue.
lot before.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
Yeah, she's a good old thing. She's hit a few things before that didn't live. so
On
this might be-
purpose?
No, no,
Why are we
not on
in
purpose.
this thing? Who are you?
I'm Ron, the journalist.
Oh,
I drive
Wow.
back roads a lot late at night. You hit things.
oh,
Did you
very
wow.
hit
few of
the
them
bird
yelling.
moon and now its ghost is cursing us? Is this your fault?
Oh, I bet it is.
No,
This is like
no.
some thinner bullshit or something, isn't it?
Oh,
Although I have hit birds and monkeys, not together.
We don't have wild monkeys here.
You do.
Yeah, it was a
We
weird
do?
one.
You do. You're in the jungle.
Yeah, it's a jungle.
I specifically mentioned him. Yeah.
I don't go
Yeah, vines.
outside there. There's things.
There's
Like
vines.
busy
birds
doing
and
cool
monkeys
things
and
inside.
bugs. So,
No.
as this conversation is being shouted, you're making your way along. You sort of like J-turn into your driveway.
Okay. I don't put it in park. I just get out the door.
You just sort of like, boom. The van is gently sort of inching forward up the driveway as the three of you see him like collapse out of the vehicle, scrabble his way up, and go in the front door.
Should we just go to the university?
I don't know. He might be a murderer.
we're good.
This guy's weird,
That,
right? I mean, he wanted to watch us sleep, and now he's taking us to some house in his van?
This is like creepy on top of creepy.
It's his wife. I gave him my track phone, and he called, and I said she was acting weird. So here we are. I'm gonna go make sure that he doesn't get infested with bugs, and then come back out acting all calm like, and then just drive us off a cliff.
It might already be too late.
Honestly, probably. You'll hear a very high pitched scream. and that's gonna be me. And you should go. Yeah.
Should we not also come in? I don't know if it's safe for us to just hang
Yeah.
out in this van.
Certain
Yeah.
death and all that. You know, if
What if
you're
the
cool-
bugs get into the children? We might need to kill some children.
Oh, that's.
I am happy to flamethrow anything that needs flamethrowing.
Oh, see.
I'll raid a 7-year-old. I don't care.
Jesus
Yeah, we got
Christ.
this.
I'm kind of hoping. Do I have that professor's number in my contacts? The creaky one?
I will say that that is a challenge that you could succeed on as part of this. You were they're a visiting professor, so you kind of or they're a junior member of the faculty, not a visiting professor. So you were sort of assigned to help orient them to some stuff with faculty committees. So yeah, you have that number.
Sure. So I'm gonna pull out my phone quick and give them a quick call.
You're gonna hear, yeah. Hello.
Hey, it's Ted here. Question for you. Do you have any? I'm just doing it's one of those academic things where we're just a bird, baboon kind of hybrid creatures. They keep people up at night, eat you. Is that like a thing that you've heard of? Like, how do you've heard?
You've seen it.
Yeah.
So incidentally, well, we'll continue this conversation in just a moment.
Sure.
Sean, you run inside. Where do you run?
I run up to the bedroom. I assume there was a phone in our bedroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was probably where I called her.
Yeah, you would have assumed that she picked up the bedside phone. You'll sort of like
Janet.
You open the door. There's no one there.
Go to the kids' rooms. There's two of them.
Yep. You sort of open. They have like the adjoining rooms. You like open them, look in. You see your kids sleeping.
No, Janet, just kids.
And I'm gonna say I need you to roll a shock. Between the clicking and then there's no one there.
Yeah, totally. I gotcha.
All right. You were at 4 dice, right?
Yes.
So you lost 1.
Okay.
Oh, because the
was a
other
4.
two
The other 2 don't count because
they're further down.
I couldn't get it to do a recursive.
Sure.
Yeah, so I lose 1 more. Okay.
And you see
You're
kids
slowly going.
I need to roll a shock. Kids are like, what's going on?
Moxie and Mooney, come on, let's go. We gotta get out of here.
Always.
Okay.
Where's
Mom?
Yeah, we're gonna go see her. She's probably at the university or something. It's just a
Why would
just
you
a real
bring
quick
your
night.
children into this?
A real quick night trip. I can't leave them at home. That's
You
way worse.
actual madman.
It's way worse to leave them at home when I think my wife is possessed. Yes.
Your wife is dead, gone, man.
Dead, possessed, whatever. Janet,
Your kids
we'll
are
talk about it.
fine.
So you're
out.
Sort of trying to get them to pack up a bag.
Come on.
And let's return to the phone call.
We'll go to grandma's real quick or something. Yeah.
You've seen it. I've heard stories. Talked to people who loved ones of theirs suddenly began behaving very oddly. They claim to have seen a creature, and then they would mysteriously vanish or be found dead. Usually a couple of days later.
Yeah, I'm in danger of the ladder right now.
The research that I have it is in my office at the university. I think that one of my graduate students friends might be able to let you in. if that's well. I don't remember all of it off the top of my head, but I do know there was something. The creature takes buildings and makes it their own. They make their home or their nest there. I do not know. I do not know exactly. I don't know the details, but and there were other elements. Something about bugs, controlling people. Everything that I have is assembled. It's in my filing cabinet.
Oh, okay. Listen, thank you. We're gonna have a long talk if I survive this. Sleep with a can of Raid.
I always do.
Oh, fuck. Great. We'll do coffee if I'm not dead soon. So you just get some sleep that I can't get, and I'll just have a really hard time ending conversations. So I'm just gonna hang up there.
You're just like. Yeah. So it seems like his office at the campus. And at this, Sean is gonna burst out of the house. Like there's like a pair of like Moana backpacks, one over either shoulder, dragging these sort of two kids by their hands. We're like, what the? I don't think mommy would approve of this. This doesn't feel like.
Sorry, van's full.
That's
like it's not full. Listen, we'll keep you safe.
My
kids.
bad. It's not full for my kids.
Right. I mean, Amber Cocaine Lady, they're like little tiny people. We have to keep the little tiny people safe, right?
But
like,
they
they're like us, but
they weren't with us. They're gonna die if they're with us. She's everywhere. The bird boon is everywhere. But you have bugs? And I'm gonna just start moving their faces to see if they have bugs.
Stop it! They don't
You're
have
gonna
bugs.
see them
Stop
like
it.
reach over and like start doing this to you. Like,
Just checking for lice, kids. It's fine.
In your eyes.
Oh, too real for me right now.
This is. Oh, sorry, Rachel.
Yeah, you know in Moana, when the chicken ate the stone in Moana, and then you didn't know where the stone was for a little bit because it was inside the chicken. She's just looking.
No,
for
I don't watch children's movies.
God damn it!
Okay.
Is Grandma's house like on the way to the university or something?
For the sake of plot convenience, we can say that it will be. This isn't related to your profession. This is just related to the DM's profession.
My mother's house, by the way, not Janet's. Janet can fuck off.
Not the old mother-in-law, am I right?
Not the mother-in-law.
Talk about a night hag. Hey. Sorry.
So, I'd like to drop them off at my mother's house.
Sure. You can accomplish this.
Do I need to? It's not really a. It's not. I don't know. Is it a check? Do I need to lose a die to convince my mother-in-law to take the kids in the middle of the night?
I'm going to say that you don't have to for this. You're just sort of like, hey, there's some stuff that's up. Blah blah blah. We'll count this as that rolls into
journalism, maybe. Like because I'm constantly talking people into doing tiny little favors and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't even going to go with. It could also be related to sometimes you've written some. You're actually a fairly successful journalist. You've written some stories that have made some people unhappy, and so it's like it's not like there's a hit out on you, but in the same way that like a lot of people who work as lawyers, it's like we're going to be cautious. Just move them here in case anyone wants to cause any trouble. So this isn't that out of the ordinary. So yeah, you can do that without getting too many questions. Get in the van. Keep heading towards the university.
Okay, kids are at mom's. So now we got to figure out where our forgotten shared trauma was. So I went to an amusement park when I was 6, and I'm pretty sure some weird stuff happened.
As long as you are driving to the university,
100% driving to the university.
Weird childhood.
No, we're good. Yeah, pretty sure some weird stuff happened like in the middle of a tube when I forgot it, kind of. Anything like that happen to you guys? Is that what we're dealing with? Water slide demon? No?
I've never been to a water park.
Okay, well, all right. Jen, what kind of traumas have you gone through?
Like 0? Like I've had a
Zero?
like super trauma-free life.
Okay, does this
And
freak
that's
anyone else
hard,
out? Because we shouldn't have trauma-free lives. And two of these people seem to have completely forgotten the trauma that they had when they were younger.
I was a really popular child and everybody liked me, and people
That's
came to my parties and my parents bought me things that I wanted, and
The reporter in you is kind of clocking that maybe some of these things aren't true, but
yeah,
also
that's
that
ridiculous.
that maybe these people who you've also, like, as you're driving, even as you're this excited, you're kind of like reflecting on the tape of your conversations as they've gone along, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I haven't been coming off the best. Maybe they're just not wanting to share with me a little bit right now. Haven't built that rapport quite.
Okay, you're right. Gotta calm down. How are you guys doing?
Alive?
Did that do it?
Yeah.
so Jen,
Yeah.
you own a bar?
Yeah, I own a bar. It's really
Tyler
successful.
can answer. I just wanted to fully ignore Sean and engage Jen in conversation instead. Sorry, Tyler.
You're good. You're good. So I talked with that wacky professor. Knew exactly what I was talking about. And sleeps with a can of Raid. So that's cool.
I have Raid. Did you guys want some Raid? I got a lot of bottles. Or cans, whatever the fuck this is. I don't know.
I haven't seen Bug
Oh.
1.
I saw a millipede in a man's pupil.
Okay.
It was
Wow.
okay.
A lot to process. See, if something's controlling bugs, I kind of wonder in the first place if their kind of fight or flight response is gonna give a shit when they're commanding them to, go down and go in your ears and such, because that's just, yeah.
What's your better
yeah.
plan then?
Listen, my plan is just find something out and don't die. That's academia.
So it's do nothing and hope for the best? I'll take my
that
Raid.
old
Thank
chestnut.
Oh no,
In academia.
I did a lot of track and cross country in high school. I always came in last consistently, but I did run a lot. So what I will say
you
is
got
that
stamina.
I got stamina to beat the band. And if I got to run to get like a book or something, I can do that, and I can read real fast. I'm a good.
You're a
got good
nerd.
speaking talents. Yeah, these are my hidden talents. Like people would ask me, in day one classes, like, hey, what's a fun fact about you? Like, I'm a speed reader and I'm afraid of permanent markers. So.
Are you afraid of their smell or their?
Oh no! I had this thing when I was a kid where if I got permanent marker on me, it was permanent, right? So I thought it would never come off. That's just it stayed with me.
As a note, the GM in me is fully aware that I should probably be like, and we're cutting to the university, but the audience member in me is just like, no, I legitimately want to just let Tyler tell this story because this is astounding.
So permanent markers, huh?
But you screech into the parking lot. The professor, the office that you're going to, is in sort of media studies and sort of that, because he largely is studying the reporting of these things, and that's sort of where this passion has come up. He's also said some very extreme things about the news media in Protokia, and how they are controlled by like a dark cabal of
Bugs.
sort of otherworldly beings, and that this is, 100% like their entire goal is to cover everything up. He's not on the fast track to tenure, but like he did say that there would be someone, that he had like a colleague that was going to be able to let you into the office, and if you're heading in, you will find, the door sort of opens. You're able to get your way up.
Great.
And you'll see a woman be like, "Are you Ted?"
That's me. Yeah, Ted Day.
She got bugs?
I'm
Should we check her for bugs?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Why are they inquiring if I have bugs?
It's
Mind your
there's some
business.
lights going on.
That's what the kids say nowadays. Yo, you got bugs.
It's
It's just a thing.
what's bugging you?
Yeah.
Kind of
Very, very well. Yes, here, Dr. Cronenworth asked me to let you in. And she'll unlock the door. Like, here, he just specified that you wanted some files, I think? That you've been
Yeah.
working on?
Yeah, it's on sleep stuff, sleep monsters, things that people. He was telling me loved ones would he conducted an interview with loved ones. People either disappeared or were found dead a couple days after reporting, not sleeping.
I'm not really my area of expertise, but yes, off you go. Yes.
Great, thank you. You should just go ahead and take a nice jog back to your room or somewhere else that's not here.
Even I know that's a really weird way to put it.
Even the cocaine girl sees it. The really weird way.
Here's the thing. They're kind of this. I don't know. Man, I got nothing.
You managed to riff an entire story about permanent markers.
Yeah, now I got nothing. I spent all my creativity, and now
I just look at her and I say, "We're done with you now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, we are.
Goodbye."
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah, that's.
And I make this little motion.
5 years getting your doctorate for this. Lock up when you leave.
Maybe that's like very nice. You should be like nice to the people who let us into the building at like 1 a.m.
Yeah,
also want them to leave.
I was being nice. I said goodbye.
So
you just don't want bugs crawling in people.
You can go in the office. It's a small but fairly like tall ceilings with bookcases built into the walls, and it's quite messy. There are a couple of filing cabinets at the back.
So you said this person mostly looks for like news outlet kind of explanations of some of this stuff. Could I, using my journalistic integrity, could I dive in and find anything that I think maybe looks suspicious or anything, or oddly pointed through those news media outlets?
Yeah, I would say that when Ted finds the file, because he'd mentioned it was in, Dr. Kronbach mentioned it was in the filing cabinet, and you sort of open it and flip through, and you find a rather thick sort of file folder labeled Babird, and sort of like, okay, and you pull that out, and yeah, you could head to the van and sort of, Sean, you could sort of speed skim it if you're looking at where is this getting reported from, what sources is he using, etc. To try to see stuff about that. And Ted, I'm assuming you're also looking at this. At this point, I'm kind of assuming you're going just back to the van to be in a thing where you can run away. They're in. So yeah, you sort of like turn on the little light, and you're flipping through stuff. So Ted, one of the first things that you're struck by is the fact that compared to kind of the critiques of like, oh, it's just this guy, he sort of assembles these random weird things. This is actually a lot of first-person interview. Like, he's talked to a lot of people about this, and you're skimming through the stories about this. And you see mentions of bugs. You see mentions of words, sort of writing, shifting. You see sort of everything that you guys have talked about is in there, in these interviews. Sean, as you're reading this, you see a summary that he wrote where it's pointing out the fact that there are a number of discovered dead bodies and disappearances that he's then, corroborated with talking to a family that it seems like it's one of these incidents. And they show a trend of not being reported on. Especially by any of the major news outlets.
I always knew the bugs controlled the media.
Fuck the bugs, man.
Oh, God damn it.
And as you're reading through, you see an unusually long interview. And it discusses that essentially the last place that they saw the person that they lost was outside of a subway station, an abandoned one, that they heard the sound of like insects buzzing coming off from it, and that when they got near it, the building itself smelled like rot and decay, and there's a ton of sort of connected notes, I think sort of like Pepe Sylvia scene of liminal space, the bugs, takes over the space, makes a nest, etc. And so it seems like there's a very specific type of spot where this thing might be. And at the bottom of it, there's kind of this circled question of a map that shows like a bunch of disappearances around that area. And when that building was renovated, the disappearances stop. And you see a little note of, if you purify the building, does that force it to leave?
Mm-hmm. Would you relay that to any of us?
I thought it was you
I
that was
think
reading it.
No, that was you, Ted. Sorry.
Ted,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Sean was mostly focused on the news media clippings, which actually weren't most of the interviews, and like wait,
Sure.
and was getting that like, no, okay, this guy is absolutely right. We don't have like that many disappearances, etc. There should have been more coverage about most of these.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna just, as soon as I hit the, kind of big reveal, I'm just gonna read it out loud, word for word, so everybody gets the same information.
Purify with fire?
Purify that would be great, I think. What building? Is it where we've been drawn to the last 3 nights? Is it the Chuckle Hut?
I thought he said a subway station.
Well, that one was what that one was,
that one.
which fits with what you had seen, like bus stops, gas stations, these kinds of places where you're just coming and going. You're not really stopping.
Chuckle Hut is more of a place, I guess, we stop. Although actors don't stop at there on the way to their climb. I don't know what I'm saying. It's nothing. Never mind. I mean, it could be at the gas station again that you guys went into and
I
saw it.
We burned it down.
You could burn more down. Like, that's okay.
Oh, so
Burning a gas
probably fine
station
then.
feels like it's going to be more dangerous than other things.
True.
Because
That's
gas.
a good point. And I appreciate that, Cocaine Amber.
Thank you,
Cocamber.
Bar Jen. Fire Jen?
Wait. I'm like, wait. If you call her Bar Jen, that means that cocaine is your profession.
Probably deal some on the side too.
Criminal was an option.
You don't make a whole
right
lot
next
from commercials, so.
So I would say either Jen or Sean could probably try to work together to piece out where something like this might be, between the reporting and then the kind of like knowing. Building probably actually being the only one of these people to interact with building inspectors, etc.
Right. Let's think about this. Like, have you heard any stories from your not parishioners, from your consumers? What do they call it when they go to the bar and they drinkers? I don't know. Have you heard
my patrons? My bar
patrons? Yes. Have you heard anything from the patrons about strange buildings or odd places? I think my wife has disappeared. So it's probably somewhere near us.
I mean, yeah, like they're drunk, so they talk about weird stuff all the time. But maybe have I heard anything like?
Yeah. Or have I heard any like disappearances that haven't been reported lately, or besides my wife?
A couple of things that you've heard recently is that you've also, and I'm just gonna, you sort of inquire where each of you came from and why you all ended up at the Chuckle Hut, and you all are sort of from one particular you don't live that close to each other. You're a little bit more in the suburbs, etc. But there's something that you figure out that you all live along the same bus line that is kind of a commuter line in from out of the city into downtown. And Jen, you kind of spark this realization for him because something of what was said that Ted found around the sound of buzzing. Someone commented that one of your patrons commented that a building, an old bus terminal that they walked by pretty regularly. They could swear they heard buzzing from inside of it, and they're like, they didn't know if people had set up like a tent city inside or what, but like they thought it was a little bit weird. And it's actually a bus terminal that was decommissioned a few years ago to extend the line out to the suburbs where Sean lives.
To the bus terminal.
Ugh. Do we really have to go to a bus terminal? That sounds so
Well, we can bring it down.
dirty.
We have to purify. Should we
Should we get holy water or something?
exorcist or
I
something?
don't really believe in like the church, but I also didn't believe in bugs infiltrating your body and bird boons before this. So
It's like an exterminator job or an exorcist kind of job,
is there an exterminator cyst?
or do we hire like a renovator?
Exorcistminator?
We just do it ourselves, right? We're at a university. Let's go to the chemistry department.
And
Take some
what?
to burn it down.
Just make
How do we know that fire does anything to it?
The building. We destroy the building.
Purifies.
We destroy the liminal space between things.
You keep saying liminal as I'm supposed to know what that word means,
Liminal means
and I don't appreciate it.
a foyer is liminal. A frontispiece of a novel is liminal. Does that help?
No, and I don't like you. Ted, you're nice and smart. Can you tell me
Foreskin
what
is
liminal means?
liminal.
it's this kind of in between, state. It's
Hey,
like
those are words that I
from
know.
point A, like from point A to point B. and you'd be at like not A or B, but like either like a lowercase a or maybe a lowercase b. You're kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Sure isn't yes or no.
It's a liminal.
It's fucking
Yeah.
beautiful.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Great.
Okay, she's got it. So
Oh my
chemistry. I'm gonna break into the chemistry office.
God. Let's steal some chemicals.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say whoever's doing this is gonna need to spend a die.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Break that shit. No, I got
I'm
it.
really good at. Okay.
Bum. Done and done.
You already have not that many die.
This is for my wife and my kids.
All of my. You know what's great is that all of my regular
We have
shitty
our
rolling
problems,
is
Peter.
coming in handy because I'm rolling low here, and that's what you need to do.
Hell yeah. Hell
So
yeah.
my
The system is
terrible
working
rolls
with
are
you for
actually
once.
yes. Me rolling low is actually good.
Um,
I'm gonna definitely follow you to the chemistry department because I definitely want to steal some shit.
Let's do it. Yeah, we'd steal all the stuff that burns.
yeah, so you sort of just
Let's just
smash
look out for
smash a lock, unlock the door.
Heather says to get the ammonium nitrate and the diethyl ether.
That's what we get.
And
Yep.
Heather would know because Heather is like
Heather is a chemistry professor, so
I love
Chemistry.
the
Thanks,
fact that we
Heather
have
knows
someone
the
in
bomb
chat
material.
who's like, these things now get them.
Yeah, that's our community in a nutshell.
there you go. Yep.
Playing a role-playing
Here's how
game,
you
we
burn
know
down
the
a bus
chemicals to get
station.
burned down a bus station. That's us.
Oh. Okay. So you break
any
in.
sage I could wear.
Different kind of purifying. Yeah, that's in the
Right.
occult studies building.
You
Right.
So I will say that you have some ideas of you mainly grab the things that have the little flammable symbol on them.
Yeah.
I grab a couple that have the little like skull symbol on it, skull and crossbones.
Oh, great.
symbol,
Why not?
Just for funsies.
Yeah. Something to eat on the way.
Yeah, you
Jesus.
first.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yep. So you load this up, and
Red Bull gives me wings.
I'm gonna consider who would you rather have carrying the volatile chemicals, Red Bull Creepy McVan, or Cook Lady?
Real good with chemicals so far.
Fucking neither.
I've got all my will dice. I'm sane as fuck. So
And
sane.
yet,
As fuck.
So sane. Give me the chemicals.
I like that. Also, one, we've established that the proposition here is I am sane, therefore I should have the chemicals.
I give the flammable ones to Ted at least.
Yeah.
I mean, I took the ones with skull and crossbones and put them in my purse.
Yes.
So, with the raid, all clanking around in there.
Saying her bag is just making some really weird noises, and occasionally sort of a that's a little concerning.
Ain't no bugs in my purse.
I'm gonna just try a box or a crate or some kind of thing where I can just neatly kind of line them all up nicely so that they're not gonna be crashing into each other and exploding.
And I pick up the box
before
really
they
violently.
need
Let's
to.
go! And I put it on my shoulder and run toward the van.
It was a good try, Teddy. It was a good try.
You can't escape Red Bull Creepy McVan. So
Red Bull Creepy McVan. So yeah, you get into the van. You begin heading towards this this bus terminal. You're driving. You sort of pull in across from it. You see you see someone sort of sleeping rough on the street, sort of diagonally across. Kind of like big jacket sort of pulled over himself. It's getting cooler, but it's very tropical there, so it's still plenty warm. And he's just sort of like,
He looks sleepy. I envy.
Bugs.
and you and as you walk towards the bus terminal, you begin to hear it. And as you do, you begin feeling this warmth radiating off of it. I don't know if anyone here has ever like been near a beehive. They're very warm. And there's just this hum and as you're getting closer, this sickly, sweet, like rotting fermentation scent is coming off of like the concrete itself. Along with this buzzing.
This is bad.
This isn't usually what bus stations sound and smell like, right?
I mean, not that far off, but it's a bit much.
Oh boy, this is how I die.
This is how
Ted,
Ted dies.
This is how we die.
This is how Ted dies. Ted,
That
what
is-
if we loaded the van with all kinds of chemicals?
and we just drove it?
You just drove it straight into the.
If you try to sacrifice one more person that is not yourself, we will have words, sir.
And hear me out. We use the weight of the box to hold the gas pedal down. Nobody has to die.
I think I'm late on the payment of my van insurance too. We need to
Oh, so
destroy
we
the
can't-
van, or
Hey,
Is this not
I
like
don't-
some sort of like huge insurance scam from Sean somehow? Like there's no night hag, it's just insurance scam.
He just starts clicking.
oh man. If I get questioned by police, one of you stole my van. All right, we good?
Sure.
No.
Yeah, I'm
No,
from
Ted.
the vehicle.
Ted.
You know
Ted.
me.
Ted.
Sounds good.
No. Do not let
Prison
Sean.
is worse than death. I mean, is
But why
okay.
did you
Like, I'm okay
take the blame? Why
to
do
be
you need
alive
to
in
take the blame for
prison.
him? He is a terrible
I
person.
don't know.
Stand up for yourself, Ted.
He's got the van.
No.
Someone sounding like a
The
Janet.
van doesn't make the man, Ted.
I mean, I don't own a van, so like
You are a
we just-
professor.
yeah.
You are an academic. He's
Got a
just a
bicycle?
family man that lives in the suburbs.
Listen, depending on who you talk to,
I feel
one's
attacked.
one could be a leg up on the other. Just it depends on your social circle, I think.
No. But the point is, stop just agreeing to everything he says and putting yourself in danger.
Oh, that's asking me to go against my nature, though.
I'm gonna just slap you in the face.
Look,
I'm
I'm
actually,
not
Get
sure.
it together, Ted.
I'm actually going to ask here, do you want to spend one of your dice to let Ted recover one of his?
Oh, can I
That
do
is-
that?
That is a mechanic. You can try to pep talk and console someone, and I'm going to rule the slap plus the talking him up
Fuck
is enough.
yeah.
Okay, so you lose one die. Ted regains one die.
Ted, take my die. I have 6,
Thank
so
you.
I mean,
I hope we don't die from it. I'm back to 6. Yay.
yeah, I don't know if this is gonna like just a box full of chemicals. I don't know if it's gonna burn down a bus station. Has anyone been here before? Like Jen, do you know if this place has like where they keep the gas for the buses? Because all we'd have to do is light that motherfucker.
why would she know that?
Like I don't like live at a bus station. I live
Do
at a
you
bar.
just think
I
that
thought you'd.
people that don't live in the
just-
suburbs just know everything about bus stations?
Yeah, don't you guys have to bus in? I don't do public
No.
transportation. I got a very sweet van. Okay.
Now,
I just gotta walk everywhere because I live by the
For
bar.
now.
That's work.
Okay.
So Jen, you
But like the chemistry professor said that it's like super super explosive and it blows up. Well, I don't think she said blows up. She said it burns like crazy. She said it burns like crazy. So I think we're probably good.
Is she in our world here from Duquesne? Did we call her somehow?
Heather works at the academy or at the university.
Heather worked at the academy. We called her up real quick. Okay.
So while you don't know like the intricacies of a bus depot, Jen, you are, because of sort of the work that you do as like the handy person around your establishment, you are more familiar with kind of general contractor, etc., and like signage, and you do see that there is sort of a repository in like one corner of this, which would make sense of repair work, chemicals, etc. If there was gonna be something like this in a decommissioned bus station, it would be that might be where you aim it.
Cool. So I'll point that out to Sean.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay, so go put the box over there, and then I'm going to everybody step back, and I'm gonna get out my Axe body spray and I'm gonna light the box, and it might blow up on us. Who knows?
Okay.
But hopefully it will also kill the bird boon.
Do we not need to what?
Do we not need to go inside the building?
I think a little bit.
You probably do need to get inside. Like you can't just place it at the outer wall and then light that puppy up.
I also like take off my shirt and just sort of
Sean.
Hey, don't body shame. Take off my shirt.
I'm just Sean shaming.
Sean shaming. I take off my shirt and I put a few of the chemicals on it. It's like we need a wick or something. Like if you just light the box, it's gonna blow us all up. Let's get a little bit of a time thing here. I covered up bombing in one of the places I've been at.
I'm gonna sacrifice my sun to the cause.
You're gonna sacrifice your what?
It's my little sun necktie.
Oh yes.
It's a tie. It's got a bunch of little suns on it. Festive.
I remember now.
This is great. This is great. Put a few of the chemicals on it and put it right next to the tank.
I'll stick a can of Raid from my purse into the box.
Okay.
There's
it's beautiful.
More. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I still have some in my purse.
I'm gonna. Do I have any contacts in the religious studies department of the university?
Sure, that seems plausible to me.
He's just gonna fucking call all the professors at 1 in the morning.
As we're lighting it on fire. Hey, is this a good idea?
Should we be talking about Jesus or something while we do this? Or?
I'm very devout.
I don't care what religion.
Yeah, so
if I've talked to them more than once, I'm gonna give them a call.
Yeah, so you call up another member of the faculty. Here. Oh.
Hey, I know it's late, or early, depending on your perception of time. Listen, I cannot. Can you do me a quick favor? I'm gonna put you on speaker. Can you just? I'm feeling very religious. Could you just say a blessing? Just a nice, ward off the evil kind of blessing.
Is this you, Ted?
Oh, it's Ted. Yeah. It's your old pal, Ted.
Did you put them on speaker now?
Yes.
Hey, it's also Sean.
Oh yeah, Ted, yeah. You want some eggs?
Oh, son of a. Listen, I don't want.
Hang up, Ted.
Ted, it's too late.
It's God. All
Later.
right. Well, do you want eggs is a good enough blessing? And I hang up.
Does that mean that the bird boon isn't here? Because your friend has bugs in him?
I'm starting to wonder if the bird boon or the bad bird, depending on your interpretation, I'm wondering if they are physical somewhere and kind of astral projecting themselves elsewhere.
Maybe here at the
Just
bus
a
station.
working.
At the bug station?
I'm
Did you
pretty
say bug
sure.
station?
No, I would never.
It is a bug
Oh,
station
it is
and
full
a
of
bus
bugs,
station.
though.
Jen, light it, please.
We have to go inside.
Okay.
We can't just do the outside of the
this.
building.
Just
We have
light
to
the wick.
find. No, stop! Don't do it. We can't just light the brick. We need to go inside and find the thing.
Not the
We
brick, the
can't just
wick.
do it from the outside.
I thought we already put it next to like the gas. Is what I
Yeah,
thought.
we put it next to the gas.
Did we
and
actually
made
go in?
a wick out of
You didn't
Yeah.
go
Or
in. I suggested that if you were going to go inside, that was sort of the place you would be going.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think we actually went. We made a
Oh,
wick
okay.
out of shirts, and I gave my raid can, but
I'll
I
take the
think
box.
we have
We
to
got the-
actually go inside, and Galway's not going to just be like, fine.
That's fine. I got the box. I got the wick that's doused in chemicals. We're ready to light this thing as soon
I've
as I
got
put
my
it down.
axe can out and
Yeah.
my lighter, and I'm ready to burn anything that looks even slightly like a bird boon.
Let's go
Got my
inside.
can of raid. I pop another Adderall.
We're looking for the
You're
gas
on Coke
canisters.
and Adderall and Raid?
I need to stay asleep.
She's gonna die.
You're
need to stay
shooting
awake.
an Adderall and huffing Raid.
There might be bugs in me. What if there's bugs in me?
What if she's like
Bird.
not actually like there's no bird boon? She's just having a psychotic break from doing so many stimulants.
Yeah.
None of you all are real, actually. That's the trick. The other three characters don't exist.
It's the bird boon. Bird boon's got bugs.
You rolled a shock?
I didn't mean to. I
Okay.
accidentally pressed the space bar, and I guess it rolled a shock.
I was like, are you doing something that you, I mean, you probably are, but, so you open the door, Sean, you've got the box under your arm, Jen is right behind you with the makeshift, flamethrower, Koki McCokehead is taking other stimulants, Ted is pondering the religious efficacy of Do You Want Eggs, as soon as you open it, there's a blast of air that comes out. And you just hear the smell is awful. You can see there's sort of this door was just sort of open, and then there's a second door with a bit of a padlock. And it looks like beyond that is sort of the building proper. What would you like to do?
Who can get the padlock off?
I don't know. I could try, but I generally steal things in plain sight. I don't usually break into places to do it.
It's okay.
This would not count as anyone's profession, but it is humanly possible to get through a padlock.
Do it.
So
I'll do it if no one else does.
Oh no,
No.
Amber doesn't like you, but Rachel knows that you don't have a lot of dice left.
I'll go ahead and take care of it. I've read a lot about this stuff.
Padlocks?
Yep.
They come up a lot in your academics?
I read padlock manuals on my free time. Shoot me.
I was gonna say this makes plausible sense to me. I learned how to pick locks for fun. But yeah, spend a die and you're able to sort of work the lock, get that off. You open it. As you open the door, you sort of pop the lock, you draw the chain off of it. It's like sort of a large bar handle door. The door kicks open. And inside it's pitch black, and you're confused for a moment, and you're not sure why you're confused, and then you realize that it's a bus terminal. There are sort of largish windows near the top of it, and the moon's out, and you realize that the walls are a shifting mass of bugs. To the point where the inside of the walls themselves are like crawling and dripping down, surging back up, reshaping themselves. I need everyone to roll a shock.
It's got bugs in it.
Yeah, she sure does have bugs in it.
Real quick for the shock, I only have 2 dice left. Does that mean or which 2 count as my 2? Does that make
1
sense?
and 2. I'll just take 1
1
and 2.
and 2.
That's why I named them roll 1, roll 2. Did you
I
mean the
literally
X card?
still haven't lost any fucking dice.
Sorry, I just want to pause. Did you mean to X
I just lost 2 more.
No, I'm sorry. No X card. I didn't mean to.
I'm
Yeah.
like, sorry,
Yeah,
seeing that
sorry, my
pop
bad.
up.
Yep.
I'm like, that's
No,
an
good
immediate
call,
I
good
messed
call.
up.
I didn't.
Holy shit, Rachel.
I am so
Untouchable.
fucking sane. I am untouchable. Yeah, Coke Amber.
I'm okay for now.
Jen, you had 4 dice, so you are down 2 more. Tyler, you were at 5 dice, so you're down 2 more. And Sean, you are
No,
at...
Tyler's at 6 now.
He lost
'Cause I
another one
gave
for the
him
lock
one.
pick.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
So he lost 2 more. And
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was at 2,
And
so
you were at 2, so
good,
you are
yeah.
at 1 now.
God, the fact that I always fail
the
at
only
dice
one to
rolls is
survive, Rachel.
literally saving my life right now.
You see this mass, this swirling mass, and you see it sort of slowly dripping in from the corners and dripping down from the ceiling, and the drip from the ceiling takes on a rounded shape, and from
Flamethrower.
extending from the walls, you see now spindly limbs forming, impossibly long. Flamethrowing. I'm hearing flamethrower. Are you flamethrowing the box or it? Or like the box? Or...
It.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I'm
'cause Sean's
flamethrowing
holding
it to
that.
buy them time, and I'm tossing one of my spare lighters to Sean because he seemed to want to blow shit up too.
Yeah, let's do this.
And you see this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna raid.
forming.
So I would just like to point out that that's doing something dangerous to myself to protect others, and also doing something thrilling because fire is thrilling.
I'm going to count the thrilling one, certainly. So you can regain a die. You see the bugs searing off of it as you're spraying this down. Sean, I'm assuming you're kind of like, you're looking around. You see sort of it's a power junction, as well as what looks like the remnants of like a fuel line off to one side. I assume you sort of are chucking the box that way. As the
Rushing,
bugs crackle off of it, you see now the fur underneath. You see the sort of bird flesh taking form. Its limbs are easily 40 feet long each, because they are still connected to the corners. And it's about the size it was when it was sitting on you. So it's this very ape-sized thing with massively long arms. And you hear as an impossible number of joints break into the limbs. Sean, you are rushing over to the corner. What do you do?
I rush over. Yeah, as soon as I get to that where I think it's a gas line, I light the wick that I made.
I've just been spraying raid the whole time too.
Yeah.
Good.
Did I light it?
You light it. Do you just start booking it out of there then?
I look around and call out for Janet.
Nothing comes back.
Then I book it out. Yeah. Yeah. Then we're gone.
We gone. We good. You see Sean now turning and running, like, it's lit. What do the rest of you want to do?
I'm gonna back out, flamethrowing all the way to cover the exit for everyone else.
Okay.
Also, thrilling and protecting others to risk myself, and they're all weaker than me. Do I get a dice?
Yeah, I said you got 1 for the thrilling.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it more. I'm doing more.
It's just being continued.
It's not. It's
So
fine.
You've never stopped flamethrower.
you have not stopped flame. Come on, honey. It's you. You haven't stopped flamethrowing.
I will be obviously in front of Jen, but I'm going to wait for Ted to go as well because I want to make sure that Ted is actually running and taking care of himself. Because I worry about Ted.
Ted's just kind of been jogging in place, having no kind of weapon in hand, just kind of getting ready to run. And then, as soon as he hears it's lit, he's just gonna raise his arms out and just eggs, honey side up, and that's a wrap, and egg wrap, and I run.
Very good.
You're so good with words, Ted.
That's Ted the
Jen,
wordsmith.
Are you backing away, sort of spraying this down? Very good.
Yeah.
You're going and you see it sort of and now it's moving forward, but only its body is. It's like the limbs are still anchored, just the middle of it is moving closer to you on these impossible joints. And you get out just as you hear a and the explosion does sort of, it's not a Hollywood movie launches you out, but the shockwave sends you sort of tumbling to the ground. And you roll along, and you see the walls, like the windows, which were sort of up at the second and third stories, explode outward. And you hear not a scream or even the explosion, you just hear and with that,
did that sound get picked up
Oh,
for anybody
sorry.
else, or did?
No.
Okay, I just face movements.
There we go. Did
I
that
still
one
didn't hear
get
it.
picked up?
No, I didn't.
You didn't your mic.
No, I can't.
Scared.
You just hear a
Scared.
hissing noise. That was
hissing
it from my
noise,
throat.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to get picked up.
And you sort of look back, you see parts of the roof collapsing in. The sort of doorways that you walked through have caved in. You hear sirens in the distance. And Andy's gone. Cops are showing up. Andy out.
The night hag got
Yeah,
them.
there you go.
You back.
Sorry.
You're fine. And you sort of lie there, and Jen, you look up at a billboard there, and you see the letters start to shimmer the way that they have been to form another message, but it just sort of keeps shimmering, and then slowly relaxes into just the original advertisement. Amber, you see several bugs sort of fleeing the building, and you see them get some ways and then just sort of drift down as ashes. Sean, you feel like this space is destroyed. The building itself, the space, has been taken out by this. And Ted, you, for the first time, and you hadn't even quite realized it, as the sun is starting to rise, you feel warmth on your left hand again. And you're kind of going back through this, and you're not actually sure the last time you could feel something with your left hand. You're like, oh. And now sirens are pulling up, fire services are there, a cordon of the areas is going, people are moving people away, they're pulling you aside, and they're like, what the hell did you do? What the hell did you? And you hear, no, stop. And you see the man who'd been sleeping rough on the corner, And he'll sort of be like, they were just going through, and I was looking for some things, and they pulled me out. They pulled me out. They didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. And they're sort of like, all right, and they'll get your information. They're like, and you all also, by the way, look like hell. You look like you've been through it. So they're gonna sort of like, all right, we're gonna need to get more about your stories, but we have someone for you to talk to in the meantime. And sort of a woman in a nice-ish suit will walk up and be like, "Ah, yes, hello. My name is Victoria. I'm a counselor, and I'm here to speak with you all about what you've seen." And with that, the night hag appears to have been purified.
Yes.
At least for now.
I don't trust this Victoria person, though.
We shouldn't. No. I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
I don't think your wife's
Speaking
She's
of that,
probably dead.
we're gonna watch Clue tomorrow.
Huh.
It just reminded me of that. Okay,
All right.
sorry.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. This is, like I said, this is the first installment of sort of our scary stories and one shots. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed doing it. I hope the players enjoyed it.
Scary. Yeah, I had a good time.
We love
Yay.
getting to do these during Halloween time. If you enjoyed this, if you'd like to watch more of this, you can give us a follow here on Twitch. Every swallow that you give really helps us out. You can also donate bits to us. If you would like to hang out more with us, if you'd like to watch the movie Clue with us, you can use !Discord command in chat to get a link to join our Discord. Like I said, we have a really amazing community. Really proud of everything we do there. It's been a really, frankly, a way that I've been getting through 2020, which has been a really rough year. If you want some people who are really supportive, really amazing, and just, be there, we can talk, we can hang out, we can get each other through this. It's a good community for that. So I encourage you to use that link. Yeah, and outside of that, tune in on Friday, because I believe there's no Spire Thursday. Remember that,
Nope.
right? And then
We're doing Clue instead.
Doing Clue instead in the Discord. Not on here because that's a huge copyright violation for purchase purposes. On Friday, we will have Goats and Dragons: Fates of Rin, which will feature Rachel as our guest star Clem, and we'll feature Lena and I playing. You can follow our progressively higher level adventures, and as we deal with a couple of rocks, which doesn't sound scary until you figure out that I mean the spelling of ROC, not.
They're so big.
They're so big, guys. Two of you are on a bridge, too, right now. Oh,
They're like, I'm on a bridge.
I'm
It's
on
fine.
a bridge.
I could teleport.
As Rachel's like, that me. I'm one of the two. But yeah, so join us for that. Next week, like I said, I think we'll have a Goat's Eye View where we talk about building sort of terrifying encounters like this and doing it in a way that's really safe and fun for the players. More details on that will be coming out on our Twitter, which is @HelpfulGoat, and probably our Instagram as well, @HelpfulGoat. Thank you so much for watching us. Oh, and before I forget, one last thing. As you all have been released back to your homes, Sean to go with his wife. Was she real in the first place? The police and fire crews disperse from the scene. And as Victoria finishes writing down a couple of notes, the man sleeping rough walks up. Well, Victory, do they seem like they know something? And if you want that reference, check out the Dark Following from last year. You can use the ! Scares to get to the YouTube playlist for that. That was a 2-part adventure, and we had some other great one-shots. We have more great one-shots coming up. One will be donated. One will be DM'd by Heather, who knows all about flammable chemicals, and the other will be DM'd by Rachel, who knows all about Cirque du So Scary. I don't know why I made your title your area of expertise. From all of us here at Helpful Goat, thank you so much for watching. We hope you had a great time. Be safe, be well, take care of each other and be kind to yourselves and to everyone else. And have a very spooky Halloween season. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.